Right, what do you reckon? I think one final push and we might just have a majority verdict.
Well, that would be great, but we've got to remember what the judge said. We need a unanimous verdict. OK, back to it.
Right. I appreciate that some of us might be starting to flag. We're all keen to get home and all the rest of it, but come on. We owe it to Belle to make sure that we have considered every detail, that we've weighed up every testimony.
Of course.
Right, but there's still 4 of us standing in the way of an early finish. Just saying.
I wouldn't exactly say early.
Unless Team Tom has claimed anyone else in the break.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Not implying anything. Kenneth, perhaps you have something you might like to add?
No, I don't think so. Not at the moment.
In that case, then, can we concentrate on life after the marriage breakup, which for Tom meant Amelia, and though they're no longer together, she clearly has no issues with the way he treated her, given that she's a witness for the defence.
I appreciate this must be a difficult situation for you, Miss Spencer, so I'll try and keep my questions to a minimum. In the time you and Mr. King were together, was he ever physically violent towards you?
Well, no.
How about his relationship with your daughter, Esther? Any concerns for violence there?
No. He was actually always really good with her.
Turning now to the day the defendant ended up with an axe in his back. I believe you helped orchestrate the meeting between Mrs. King and her husband. What would you say your motives were at the time?
He wanted to speak to her because she was going to go to the police about him.
So you spoke to Mrs. King and said what exactly? It's important for you to be as accurate as possible here, please.
I told her that I wanted to talk to her in private.
Would it be fair to say that you purposefully allowed Mrs. King to believe that you had something to tell her that might add to her allegations against her husband?
Yes.
But in truth, you didn't believe her allegations, did you? Again, a simple yes or no will suffice.
No.
I imagine you might have had cause to reconsider your ploy if you'd known the man you were in a relationship with, the man you very much believed to be innocent, would end up with an axe in his back.
I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened. It was just Tom and Belle. They're the only ones that know what actually happened, but...
Thank you. No more questions.
Anyone else find it odd that Tom is in a relationship so soon after the split and with someone Amelia's age?
Well, maybe he just wanted something a bit less complicated after all he'd been through.
Or maybe someone young and naive enough to believe him over the woman he put through hell.
Oh, you make a good point. I mean, if Tom is as controlling as you say, then Amelia would be perfect. Young single mother struggling to make ends meet with no real family near her, unlike Belle.
And just because Tom didn't abuse Amelia, and let's be clear, we're not certain about that, doesn't prove that he didn't do those things to Belle. Domestic abuse can and does happen to anyone. In fact, at least one of us around this table has probably had experience of it one way or another.
We know Tom was keen to start a family. And maybe that was part of what drew him to Amelia. Because with her and her daughter, that's like a ready-made family.
Yeah. A child that Belle couldn't take away from him, a family of his own, just like he'd always wanted.